All right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Japan. Welcome to Final Fantasy VII Remake, the review. So I got this game on release date, but I really just finished playing it actually. I took a while because I went back and I played the original. But I didn't just replay it, I actually modified it to get it up to HD standards. Now, let's first get right down to the real question. Is Final Fantasy VII Remake worth it? Is this game living up to expectations? Yes. This game is awesome. Final Fantasy VII Remake, in my opinion, has destroyed expectations. First of all, you get to re-enter the Final Fantasy VII world that if you played the original, you remember. And if you didn't play the original, you just get to enter this legendary place for the first time. And not only that, it is gorgeous. The attention to detail in this game is just unbelievable. I love it to death. There's so many times that I just stopped in the game and just gazed around in awe as to how amazing they made this thing look. Not only that, the gameplay is phenomenal. The battle system in this game is awesome. I absolutely love it. There's some people that don't like certain aspects of it, but I think every single facet of it is amazing. It has a normal mode, which is, I'm going to call it semi-difficult. The real purpose of normal mode is to give you a depth to battle, give battles a sense of realism, to really have a sense of plight, of I could die here and this really is difficult and I really have to fight for my life and I have to exploit the weaknesses of whatever I'm fighting in the right way to take them down. Because we all know in some of these fantasy games, some of the monsters you face off against, how could you beat something like that? Well, in this game, if you play in normal mode, you really get that feeling. Like, there is no way I could kill this monster. But there is a way that if I work together with my teammates and we all fight in a certain way, we can exploit a weakness which will allow us to actually take down something normally we shouldn't be able to. And that's awesome. The depth into that type of battle system is incredible, and it does provide an extra challenge to the game that wasn't there before. Now the game has an easy mode that lets you still continue to do that, but the game is much easier. That way you can get through battles quicker and you can focus on the story. Some people want to play these games focusing on the story. That's really what they want out of it. They like the battles, but that's not the main reason they're playing. So I'm so happy they put that in there. And then third, they have a thing called Classic Mode. Classic Mode, though, is not the same as the turn-based system that used to be in the original game. It is a crossbreed, if you will. It's basically the new system, but the computer will just fight for you until your battle gauge is full and you can execute extra commands. But at any moment you wish, you can just take control of the character, just touch the control pad and you have control, and the game's just playing in easy mode. So classic and easy mode, they're pretty much the same thing, just classic will fight for you if you don't touch the controller for a bit. Now it won't do everything. Again, the main commands like casting magic or using an item, doing special abilities, you have to do that when your battle gauge is full. It's a really cool system and I love it, and it lets anybody play this game and enjoy it. That's freaking cool. Now, Final Fantasy VII Remake has gotten a lot of strange press because people wanted a kind of shot-for-shot redo of the game so that they play identically the same game I played over 20 years ago, just with better graphics. That's not exactly what this game is. It's a remake. I mean, first of all, you can think of remake. If you remake something, it's not always identical to the original, and that's okay. Sometimes it's improved and it's better. Sometimes it's something completely different just based on the original. That aside, one of the things that I really wanted to understand is how this game matched up with the original one. So what I did is I chose to play the original game again. Now, I did that after starting the new game. So I had a little bit of a taste of the new game, and then I went back and played the original one. And then I played the new game, and I'm so happy I did. Now, I will say, before I get into any more, If you've never played Final Fantasy VII, you can play Final Fantasy VII Remake and you can love it. It's awesome. But having the context of the original fresh in your mind, fully understanding the original. So if you haven't played the original in 20 years, it's almost like you haven't played the game. Because, I mean, unless your memory is amazing and much, much better than mine, which it probably is anyways, you really need to play the game again to have a full understanding of it. It will help you to see nuanced differences in the new game and appreciate them better and kind of understand some of the changes that happen and what they really are. If you are going to play the original game again, I definitely recommend getting it on PC, download it on Steam or something, and one thing you can do is mod it. There's some mods called the Remako mod and the Reunion mod. I played the game with those two mods only installed, and it updates everything. The character models look awesome. They look much better than they used to. You can run the game at full 1080 HD. Unbelievable. All the videos have been redone. Everything has been upscaled. So just totally worth it. Makes the game a much more pleasant experience in modern day. Look them up. There's a lot of descriptions on how to install it. Anyways, enjoy the original game. Really understand it before you get into the new game. I promise it's worth it. Now, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. So the review is that the game's amazing. You've heard me talk about the battle system. You've heard me talk about the graphics. Honestly, this is one of the best story-driven fantasy RPG games I've ever played. Period. Totally worth it. Buy the game. Now, I'm going to mention some things here to talk about what other reviewers have been talking about the game, and that could be considered a little spoiler-ish. So if you really want zero detail of this game and you want to play it fresh, first of all, don't watch YouTube videos. Just buy the game and play it. Just stop. Because you're going to run into spoilers all over the place. But if you really want zero, you might want to just click out of the video now. So here goes. 3, 2, 1. My biggest reason for saying to play the original game is because you want a complete understanding of what happens between the main characters and what happens at the end of Final Fantasy VII. Now, of course, you had Advent Children, which kind of skewed the ideas of what happened, but let me make it really clear. The producer of Final Fantasy VII stated clearly that when Red 13 is looking at Midgar at the end of Final Fantasy VII, there are no more humans. Mankind has been wiped off the face of the planet. Exactly why, I'm not sure. Was it Holy? In the game, they explained that Holy gives the planet the decision to be able to eradicate any dangers it has. So, okay, people are gone. So who won? Did the bad guy win because he killed everybody? Well, he didn't kill the planet. Did the good guys win because they saved the planet? Well, they didn't save any people. It's almost like both sides lost. So remake in Final Fantasy VII Remake doesn't necessarily mean the producers of the game remaking the same game again. Think of remake in a different light. The characters, you playing the character, are remaking the story. Now, think of it that way. Your destiny is not set, meaning the events of the original game are not going to necessarily play out the same way, because destiny, the door is open. So you're creating destiny. You are remaking your own destiny in this game. And if you keep that in perspective the whole time you play, this game is awesome. And one little hint I want to give you, if you remember the original, pay very, very close attention to what the main characters say to each other throughout this game. And you'll catch on to some hidden stuff, some amazing Easter eggs. If you played Crisis Core and you watched Advent Children, there's some awesome Easter eggs. Oh my God. But you're also going to find some nuanced little things that will clue you into pretty much what's happening throughout the whole story. Really focus. Don't play the game and then when the FMVs come on or the videos, you just start munching on chips and kind of space out and just appreciate the graphics without really listening. Pay attention. It's awesome. Totally worth it. Anyways, the game's amazing. definitely give it a shot. I give it 52 thumbs up if I had 52 thumbs. Amazing. Now, if you like the video, if you like Final Fantasy VII, please like this video, turn that thumbs up blue, share the video with your friends, and we'll see you later.